0. Peak online viewers, 56,080. New followers, 68,000. For his inaugural live stream, reaching a peak of 50,000 viewers and gaining 68,000 new followers is a source of great satisfaction for Su-young. What pleases him most, however, is the accumulation of 300,000 points, which he may exchange for hacking tools from the marketplace. At this moment, Su-young stifled a long yawn, his eyelids growing heavy. He felt exceedingly tired. It would be wise to rest first. He could always redeem his points after awakening. After shutting down his computer, he took a quick, refreshing shower, then collapsed onto his bed, swiftly drifting into the realm of dreams. While Su-young was soundly asleep, snippets of video from the live stream showcasing the female host's beauty filter being turned off began to circulate rapidly across the internet, gaining traction. A young girl transformed into a 60-year-old matron. The live stream was beset by a mask-off incident. The female internet celebrity, upon disabling her beauty filter, was met with a disastrous reveal. It turned out that the glamorous online beauties appeared vastly different without their filters. The moment the beauty filter vanished, the top viewer hastily fled the scene, rocket in hand, much to the amusement of many. A mysterious hacker launched a midnight raid on the live stream, fervently disabling the beauty effects of the female hosts. Various sensationalist articles and short videos proliferated like mushrooms after rain, swiftly dominating the trending lists across major platforms. The first rays of morning sunlight filtered through the gaps in the curtains, illuminating the room. Li Jie, as per his usual routine, rose early and ventured downstairs for a stroll. After completing a lap, he settled onto a stone bench and began to scroll through Douyin. Suddenly, a look of astonishment crossed his face. He encountered a video featuring a sweet-looking female host whose beauty filter abruptly vanished during the broadcast, revealing her true visage, a face marred by acne, wrinkles, and an oily sheen, shocking all who beheld it. "Goodness, that's quite alarming," Li Jie exclaimed. "So unattractive, moving on." By chance, he continued to stumble upon several similar videos, each depicting female hosts revealing their true appearances after deactivating their beauty filters. The lengths to which these female hosts go to capture attention are truly extraordinary, Li Jie mused as he continued to scroll. He then encountered a compilation video featuring a young man clad in a trench coat and mask, with only his clear, bright eyes visible, employing hacking techniques to frantically disable the beauty effects of various female hosts' live streams. "Wow, this hacker kid is impressive," Li Jie thought, intrigued. In the video's conclusion, the hacker connected with a renowned female internet celebrity named Sweetheart Nini. "Isn't that Sweetheart Nini?" Li Jie recognized her instantly. He frequently stumbled upon videos of the charming Nini. Subsequently, Li Jie was taken aback when he witnessed her true visage after she had disabled the beauty filter. He was left dumbfounded, with goosebumps cascading down his arms. Simultaneously, internet user Zhu Shui was perusing the trending topics on Weibo. A particularly eye-catching headline seized his attention. "Hacker exposes millions of female influencer charming Nini, revealed to be a 60-year-old aunt." Could it be? Charming Nini is a 60-year-old matron? Zhu Shui clicked on the video news link, only to be confronted with an image of a corpulent woman, her face lined with wrinkles, resembling a quintessential square dance aunt. "Goodness!" Zhu Shui exclaimed in disbelief. "How unattractive!" He felt as though his worldview had been irrevocably altered. The comments section beneath the video was abuzz with activity. "My heavens, that certainly does not resemble 60. I would believe 70. Why did I click on this video? My eyes are going to be blinded." The taste of the top commenter is truly becoming more unique. "I am in awe. The top commenter is probably weeping in the restroom right now. My heart aches for a second. Without the beauty filter, she resembles a mother-in-law. With it, she transforms into a girlfriend. Goodness, is this truly not the influencer's grandmother? How terrifying." The beauty filter is extraordinarily powerful, elevating her score from 5 to 95. This is nothing short of deception. I strongly advocate for legislation to prohibit the use of beauty filters. In the comments section, netizens transformed into jesters, engaging in various forms of banter and ridicule. Chapter 10. The Rise of Live Streaming in a Luxurious Residential Area of Mountain City. Sweetheart Nini awoke from her slumber, her complexion haggard and her eyes devoid of spirit. The events of the previous night had deprived her of restful sleep. She could hardly fathom that she had encountered a hacker who publicly disabled her beauty filter, revealing her true visage. Although she hastily terminated the live broadcast, She was acutely aware that this incident would not simply fade into oblivion. Anxiously, she pondered the current state of affairs. Had the situation subsided? The more she contemplated, the more trepidation enveloped her. With a trembling hand, she grasped her phone and opened the Douyin app, navigating to her account's backend. Followers, 9.85 million. Sweetheart Nini's countenance darkened immediately. In a single night, she had lost over 1 million followers, plummeting from a previous total of 11.2 million to below 10 million. How ruthless. A fraud. A colossal deception. Where's my hard-earned money? This is not Sweetheart Nini. It is evidently an elderly woman. Refund. Refund. I demand a refund. I feel nauseated. I need to cleanse my eyes. Grandma, at your age, perhaps it is time to refrain from troubling the youth and return home to embrace your grandchildren. The comments section of her work was inundated with vitriol, curses, and mockery, overwhelming her like a relentless tide. Terrified, Sweetheart Nini swiftly closed the app, unable to bear further scrutiny. It was over. Everything was irrevocably lost. After a night of escalation, the situation had not calmed but had instead intensified. For a female streamer who relied on her looks, this was undoubtedly a fatal blow. Knock, knock, knock. At that moment, a frantic series of knocks resounded on the door. Sister, it's bad. A major incident has occurred. The assistant's voice emerged from outside, laced with urgency. Moments later, the assistant burst into the room, clutching a laptop, her expression fraught with anxiety. Sister, our situation has become a trending topic. What? Upon hearing this, Sweetheart Nini quickly seized the laptop to investigate. Hacker exposes 10 million female influencer Sweetheart Nini, who turns out to be a 60-year-old matron. The girl transformed into a 60-year-old matron. The live stream revealed a mask incident. Instantly, Sweetheart Nini felt her vision blur. It was over. Utterly over. Meanwhile, the rapid ringing of a phone jolted Zhang Xiaohan from her dreams. Who on earth is calling so early? Can't anyone let me sleep? Groggily, Zhang Xiaohan picked up her phone. Sister, wake up. A tremendous opportunity has arisen. The assistant's voice crackled with excitement from the phone. What is it? Has the sky showered us with fortune? Zhang Xiaohan rubbed her sleepy eyes, her tone irritable. Sister, we gained 1 million followers overnight. How many? Zhang Xiaohan was instantly alert, sitting upright in bed. 1 million. A whole million. The assistant reiterated with fervor. Zhang Xiaohan hurriedly opened the Douyin app to check her follower count. Fans, 2.85 million. An astonishing increase of 1 million followers. What transpired? To gain 1 million followers overnight seems like a fantasy. Ah, could it be? Zhang Xiaohan suddenly recalled her connection with a certain hacker last night. Following that interaction, her live stream was inundated with viewers. Sister Xiaohan, that hacker last night was truly remarkable. He connected with several female streamers and disabled their beauty filters. And now those videos are trending. Her assistant exclaimed excitedly. Trending? Zhang Xiaohan quickly opened Weibo to check the trending topics. Indeed, there was a related news item on the trending list. To her surprise, the hacker had connected with multiple female streamers. Now she understood that the young man was no magician, but rather a skilled hacker capable of remotely manipulating the streamer's backend and disabling beauty enhancements. With this thought, Zhang Xiaohan felt relieved that she hadn't activated her beauty filter. Across the internet, the news of the hacker and the female streamers surged like a tidal wave. Meanwhile, the subject of the matter, Su Yang, remained blissfully asleep. He slumbered soundly until 1 in the afternoon. Su Yang stretched lazily, rising from his bed with a refreshed spirit. After washing his face, his stomach began to rumble. He prepared a bowl of instant noodles, eating while activating the system interface. Wow! Su Yang's eyes widened as he beheld the points data. 1.02 million. An incredible surge in points overnight. What could be the reason? It was not difficult to surmise. Last night's live stream had gained immense popularity. Su Yang mused, picking up his phone to log into his Douyin account. Followers, 700,000. Huh. He chuckled. Now a web celebrity with a substantial following. Indeed, last night's live stream had taken off. He continued to browse Douyin's trending list, discovering several news items related to himself. Excellent. Su Yang beamed with joy. The higher the online popularity, the more points he accrued. He opened the marketplace, rubbing his hands together in eager anticipation of redeeming tools. Navigating to the Tools section of the marketplace, Su Yang scrolled through the list. Starlink password cracking program. 10 million points. GPS satellite network connector. 30 million points. Eye of the Universe. U.S. Military Satellite Super Administrator Key, 50 million points. Goodness. Every item was extraordinary. The more he looked, the more astonished he became. Starlink, GPS, and even military satellite passwords. Each item alone could create a global sensation. But that was not all. At the bottom of the list, the highest point item awaited. Manhwa, Artificial Intelligence, 200 million points. Wow. Soo-young gasped, feeling as though his mind might short-circuit. This system marketplace even offered artificial intelligence straight out of a sci-fi film. Incredible. However, the sum of 200 million points was an astronomical figure for him. One that was utterly unattainable in the short term. Letting go of such a formidable weapon for now seemed prudent. He resolved to proceed steadily, step by step. Soo-young inhaled deeply, forcing himself to regain his composure. What he urgently required was a powerful firewall to safeguard his security. After the events of the previous night, he realized he had irrevocably offended those female streamers who deceived others with beauty filters. It was evident that he would inevitably antagonize even more individuals in the future. Clearly, he would face a relentless wave of retaliation. Hence, he needed to take precautionary measures in advance. The Divine Shield Firewall, priced at 400,000 points, would suffice. Redeem. Ding. Congratulations, host. You have successfully redeemed the Divine Shield Firewall, deducting 400,000 points. An icon for the Divine Shield Firewall now appeared in Soo-young's toolbar. He clicked on the icon to review its introduction. The Divine Shield Firewall, produced by Divine Shield Technology in 2030, effectively defends against viruses, trojans, and various hacking attacks. Chapter 11. The Revenge of the Female Streamers. No mistake. A product from 2030? Soo-young noticed a detail. This firewall was produced in 2030, and it was now 2023. Meaning this firewall was a product from 7 years into the future. The ability to exchange for products from the future was astonishing. Soo-young felt a surge of amazement. It was nothing short of miraculous. Setting aside his astonishment, he decided to test the efficacy of this firewall. He first installed the Shield firewall on both his computer and phone. Then, using various hacking tools and virus codes, he conducted a series of attack tests on the Shield firewall. The results were exceedingly satisfactory. Whether it was various viral attacks or hacker intrusions, the Shield firewall effortlessly repelled them all. Even the yet undiscovered CV 2024-30078 vulnerability had been preemptively patched by the Shield firewall, thwarting any potential breach. Truly, it was a marvel of future technology, boasting extraordinarily powerful features. Filled with excitement, Soo-young felt as though he had donned an impenetrable suit of armor. Next, he sought to exchange for an encryption tool. After searching through the marketplace, he selected a tool named Super Encryptor, expending 300,000 points for it. This tool employed a biological DNA molecular encryption algorithm, ensuring an exceptionally high security level. Additionally, Soo-young exchanged for a vulnerability numbered CV 2028-10058, costing him 150,000 points. This vulnerability pertained to instant messaging protocols, capable of cracking the encryption algorithms of chat applications like WeChat, QQ, and MSN, thus gaining access to users' chat histories and contact information. A sly grin crept across Soo-young's face. With this vulnerability at his disposal, he would no longer need to fret about his girlfriend clandestinely chatting with others. Of course, this was all contingent upon first having a girlfriend. With 170,000 points remaining, he decided to save them for later. Unbeknownst to him, the clock had quietly ticked to 2:30 in the afternoon. Soo-young gathered his belongings, for he had a class he could not afford to miss that afternoon. Meanwhile, in the mountainous city, at Sweetheart Nini's studio, Sweetheart Nini and her male assistant anxiously surrounded a young man seated before a computer. The young man, wearing black-rimmed glasses, was a student from the computer science department of Mountain City University. At that moment, he was intently focused on the laptop screen, his fingers deftly tapping away at the keyboard, attempting to unearth traces of the intrusion into Sweetheart Nini's phone. A data cable connected the computer to her phone, with streams of data flowing like lively serpents, swiftly rolling across the screen. "How's it going?" After nearly an hour of the young man tinkering, the male assistant could no longer contain his curiosity. The young man shook his head. "The intruder is quite skilled. I have found no signs of intrusion on the phone." "Ah, you can't figure it out?" The male assistant's expression darkened immediately. They had spent a considerable sum to enlist the young man's help, only to be met with the disheartening news of no results. "I am unable to handle this. My master should be capable, the bespectacled man remarked as he retrieved his phone and dialed a number. Master, I have encountered a formidable opponent. He relayed the general circumstances to his mentor. Gao Ming. The opponent's techniques are exceedingly sophisticated. I could not detect any traces of viruses or Trojans on the phone. Understood. Please send me the phone's IP address, and I shall investigate, came a calm voice from the other end of the line. In the research apartment at Mountain City University, the room was filled with various computer apparatus, servers humming with activity, and data cables crisscrossing like a miniature data center. Gao Ming, seated before the computer, opened a scanning tool upon receiving his disciple's mobile network IP address and commenced a comprehensive scan of the female streamer's phone. After several minutes, the scanning results emerged. Yet Gao Ming's brow was deeply furrowed. Just as his apprentice had stated, he too found no signs of viruses or Trojan intrusions. How could this be? He pondered. Suddenly, a possibility struck him. Perhaps the opponent had exploited a system vulnerability unknown to him to infiltrate Sweetheart Nini's phone. Only such an explanation could account for the absence of any intrusion evidence. It seems I have indeed encountered a master, Gao Ming murmured to himself, a flicker of excitement illuminating his eyes. His interest in this enigmatic hacker intensified. What is the name of the hacker you mentioned? What is his streaming account? Gao Ming inquired in a message to his disciple. He goes by Little Boy, and his Douyin live streaming account is 3154, came the response. Gao Ming opened the Douyin app and searched for the account of Little Boy. Unfortunately, he was met with disappointment. The account contained no content and thus yielded no useful information. Undeterred, Gao Ming proceeded to delve into the backend information of Little Boy's account. A few minutes later, the account details appeared on his computer screen. Streamer name, Little Boy real name, Little Boy phone number, 0210-315642 ID number, 4x312525. As anticipated, all this information was fabricated. The phone number was non-existent, and the ID number was also false. This little boy is indeed cautious, Gao Ming mused. He understood that since the opponent was a master, he would not make such a fundamental error by leaving behind authentic personal details. It appeared that finding him would necessitate waiting for his next live broadcast. Master, any leads? His disciple inquired through a message. None. The opponent is quite skilled. He must have infiltrated through an unknown vulnerability, and identifying this flaw is no easy task. Gao Ming replied. Upon reading his master's response, the bespectacled man felt disheartened. If his master could not resolve the issue, he had little hope. It seems this money will not be earned, he sighed, gathering his belongings to depart. What kind of person are you looking for? Didn't you say he was quite formidable? Sweetheart Nini complained to her male assistant, watching the bespectacled man depart. Sister, don't be anxious. Allow me to ponder a bit more. I am certain we can find an even more skilled hacker. The male assistant reassured her as he proceeded to make a call to summon aid. As night descended, Su Yang returned to his rented apartment, the clock striking 7. He donned a mask and a trench coat, turning on his computer to prepare for his live broadcast. Meanwhile, in an apartment at Mountain City University, Gao Ming sat before his computer, eagerly awaiting the appearance of Little Boy. His motivation was not financial gain, nor was he requested to assist. Rather, he was simply intrigued by Little Boy's technical prowess. In the vibrant and bustling city of Jianghai, the nightlife had only just begun. The female streamer, Seven Sister, was in a state of agitation. Are you certain the person you found is reliable? She inquired of her female assistant. Sister, the individual I found is a hacker of great skill. He assured me that the moment Little Boy begins his broadcast, he will initiate an attack, rendering the stream inaccessible. The female assistant asserted confidently. Following the events of the previous night, Seven Sister suffered losses second only to Sweetheart Nini. Having lost a staggering 1 million followers in a single day, her streaming career was on the brink of collapse. All due to the actions of the hacker known as Little Boy. Seven Sister was determined not to let this matter rest. Chapter 12, A Surge of Trolls. Sister, Little Boy has gone live, exclaimed the female assistant, pointing at her phone screen. Seven Sister turned her gaze to the computer screen, where Little Boy's live stream had indeed begun. Hurry, notify that hacker to take action, she urged, her impatience palpable, for she was eager to put an end to Little Boy. Receiving the message was a middle-aged man named Lu Xiang. Though his name was unremarkable, he was somewhat of a notable figure within the hacking community, known as the Lone Wolf. Finally, the little brat has started streaming, Lu Xiang said as he extinguished his cigarette, having waited the entire afternoon for this moment. In the mountain city, Gao Ming had also been anticipating Little Boy's broadcast. Upon seeing the live stream light up, he immediately sat up straight. "Hello everyone, I am Little Boy," Su Yang announced, donning a mask and a black trench coat. "Good evening, esteemed host." 66,666. The streamer is indeed a big shot. I bow in reverence. Are hackers always this enigmatic? I'm in love. The popularity of Su Yang's live stream skyrocketed, with 5,000 viewers joining within the first minute. What a trashy host. What a foolish thing. What a dog, pretending to be mysterious. Fool, your mother has gone home. Are hackers really that impressive? Aren't they just hiding their faces? Do you look ugly? Come witness this foolishness. At that moment, a torrent of malicious and derogatory comments flooded the chat like a tidal wave, overwhelming the live stream. Su Yang narrowed his eyes. These are trolls, he mused. Heh, the female streamers I offended last night are starting their revenge. But is this all they've got? So many private accounts. Clearly, they are trolls. Who did the host offend to warrant such an attack? Trolls, get out of the live stream. Esteemed host, we support you. This is so despicable, using trolls to slander and cyberbully. I despise trolls the most. Are private accounts something to be ashamed of? How much does it cost to send a message? Look, the netizens can't stand the trolls and are fighting back. The live stream became lively. This is getting interesting. Su Yang thought, not only unperturbed but rather smiling. The presence of these trolls was beneficial, boosting the live stream's popularity. Indeed, with the trolls' unwitting assistance, the viewer count surged, soon surpassing 20,000. Bring it on, let the storm intensify. Su Yang's smile grew ever wider. These are all points. Just then, a series of urgent alarms blared from the laptop on the desk nearby. The IP address 220.230.14.118 has encountered malicious attacks from IPs 255, 112.40, 168, and 110.42, 168, 1, both of which have been successfully intercepted. Moreover, it faced assaults from numerous other IP addresses, culminating in a fierce onslaught. This represents a true contest, as the flood of attackers dwarfs the mere nuisance of internet trolls. Hundreds of IPs are launching aggressive attacks. Yet there is no cause for alarm. Su Yang is well prepared. Earlier in the afternoon, he conducted a thorough security fortification of the network, upgrading the firewall and remedying all known vulnerabilities. However, this alone cannot completely thwart the hackers' attempts. Thus, Su Yang devised an additional strategy. He expanded the number of compromised servers from 300 to 1,000, creating an intricate maze network. To uncover his actual IP address, one would first need to navigate through this labyrinthine network. Even Su Yang himself would require considerable time to extricate himself from it. While multitasking, he divided his focus to continue his live broadcast, casually removing several of the most boisterous troll accounts. Given the sheer volume of trolls, dismissing a few is of little consequence. This action merely serves to enhance the ambience. In Star City, within a prestigious office building in the city center, the leader of the trolls, Yang Bo, sat at his computer, directing his cohort of trolls in a frenzied assault on Su Yang's livestream. Groups 1 and 2 launched a barrage of reports against him, with Yang Bo issuing commands. Meanwhile, in an office at the headquarters of Douyin in Zhanghai City, several staff members were working the night shift, handling various reports on the platform. Suddenly, one staff member's computer displayed a deluge of alerts. Upon opening the notifications, he was taken aback. So many reports? In just a few minutes, thousands of reports had been filed against the same streamer, Little Boy. What is happening? His popularity seems to be soaring. In the room, the female streamer, Sweetheart Nini, spoke. Indeed, the trolls were her doing. Sister, it's just the beginning, don't rush. We are mobilizing the trolls to report him. Once the platform receives a substantial number of complaints, they will suspend him, explained her male assistant. It better be so, Sweetheart Nini replied. Simultaneously, another female streamer, Seven Sister, was urging, is that expert you mentioned reliable? Why is there still no action? She observed the steadily increasing viewership in Su Yang's live stream with annoyance. Sister, it won't happen that quickly. We have only just begun, the female assistant cautiously responded. How much longer do we have to wait? Seven Sister lamented, her mood growing increasingly irritable. Haha. Su Yang chuckled as he watched the ever-rising viewership in his live stream. Unable to contain his amusement, the number of online viewers had reached 50,000. In less than 10 minutes, gratitude is extended to the army of supporters. It is their assistance that has propelled his live stream to such remarkable popularity. At this moment, The supporters appear charming in Su Yang's eyes. Suddenly, the live stream screen stutters momentarily, freezing for 2 seconds. The viewers, however, remain blissfully unaware of any irregularities. Su Yang squints, his gaze shifting to the adjacent laptop screen. The first chicken server has been breached, causing a brief interruption in the stream. Nevertheless, as one server disconnects, it automatically connects to the next, resulting in only a 2-second downtime. The computer screen reveals the attacker's IP address, 110.42.168.1, hailing from Jianghai City. Come on, I have plenty of these servers. Su Yang chuckles inwardly, unfazed. Why be concerned over one server when I possess 1,000? However, a frown crosses Su Yang's brow as he notices another IP address, 255.220.110, originating from Shanqing, which has silently compromised 13 of his servers. Had he not installed monitoring programs on each server, he would have remained oblivious. A formidable adversary has finally emerged. Half an hour swiftly passes, and the number of viewers in Su Yang's livestream approaches 100,000. Meanwhile, Sweetheart Nini grows increasingly irritable. Wasn't it stated that the supporters had initiated numerous complaints? After a brief pause, she impatiently declares, I want to see his livestream shut down immediately. Turning to her male assistant, she inquires, didn't you say you knew someone at the platform? Get in touch with them. I'm willing to pay. The assistant nods in response, stating, I'll contact him now. He steps aside, retrieving his phone to make the call. Shortly thereafter, the assistant returns, leaning in to whisper in Sweetheart Nini's ear, Sister, it's all set. For 100,000 yuan, he can help us take down Little Boy's livestream. Chapter 13. Has the platform banned my livestream? 100,000. Sweetheart Nini raised her eyebrows, contemplating the monetary aspect. She was prepared to pay, but could she trust others? Sister, rest assured, this acquaintance is entirely reliable, the male assistant whispered, shrouded in mystery. He is an insider at the platform, and we have previously collaborated with him. He is efficient and thorough in his dealings. After a moment's reflection, Sweetheart Nini nodded decisively. All right, if it takes 100,000 to shut down that boy's live stream and ensure his complete disappearance, I am willing to spend any amount. Excellent. I shall respond immediately, the male assistant added. However, we must wait a little longer. He is currently away from home and needs to return to execute the operation. What followed was a period of anticipation. Time ticked away, and soon half an hour had elapsed. Jiang Haisher, IP 110.42.168. Damn it. How many bots does this kid possess? Lu Xiang grumbled, his irritation palpable as he raked his fingers through his hair, cursing under his breath. In that half hour, he had successfully eliminated over a dozen bots. Yet the adversary's bots seemed endless, sprouting back like weeds after being cut. Suddenly, Lu Xiang winced in pain. Shaking his hand, he had been so engrossed that the cigarette but had burned his fingers without his notice. Meanwhile, in Mountain City, IP 255.220.110, the sound of rapid keystrokes echoed within the room like a torrential downpour. Gao Ming's fingers danced swiftly across the keyboard, lines of code leaping on the screen like playful sprites. He had penetrated the defenses of 80 bots, yet still could not uncover Little Boy's true IP. The adversary's bots appeared to be inexhaustible, causing Gao Ming a headache. Nevertheless, he remained undeterred. As a top-tier hacker, he possessed an abundance of patience. Taking a deep breath, he lifted his water cup from the table and gulped down several mouthfuls. Onward. Zhou Guotian, the head of the Douyin platform's review team, had just returned home when he received a text notification from the bank. 10,000 had been credited. This money feels delightful. Zhou Guotian mused contentedly as he briskly entered his study and powered on his computer. He logged into the management interface of the Douyin platform and located the complaints against the streamer Little Boy. The complaints numbered an astonishing 11,200. With this many complaints, even if I directly ban his live stream, it wouldn't be considered a violation, would it? Zhou Guotian rationalized, moving the mouse to click the ban button. In the next moment, a system notification appeared in Little Boy's live stream. Due to violations of platform live streaming regulations, the Little Boy live stream will be suspended for 7 days. For any objections, please contact platform customer service to appeal. Following this, the live feed abruptly cut off. What is happening? Su Yang exclaimed in shock. Initially fearing that his bot network had been compromised by a hacker, he hastily checked his computer. The botnet was functioning perfectly. What could be the issue? Could it be a network problem? Su Yang gazed at the live streaming room in confusion. To his astonishment, the platform had imposed a ban. Was it truly necessary to act so swiftly? Just moments ago, the online viewer count had exceeded 90,000, teetering on the brink of breaking the 100,000 mark. And now, it was all halted. The losses incurred were substantial. Su Yang felt a wave of frustration wash over him. He hadn't been taken down by hackers. Instead, he was thwarted by the platform itself. What was he to do? Typically, a common streamer in such a predicament would resign themselves to misfortune, patiently awaiting the platform's lifting of the ban or perhaps resorting to the creation of a secondary account. However, Su Yang was no ordinary individual. He was a hacker, equipped with the skills to circumvent the platform's restrictions. Yet, he hesitated. He understood that should he proceed, it would equate to a direct confrontation with the platform, with unpredictable consequences. Never mind, it was wiser to avoid unnecessary trouble. He would create a secondary account instead. Minutes later, the little boy's secondary channel was live. Su Yang posted a video on his main account, elucidating the reason for the ban and directing his followers to the new streaming room. Soon, thousands of loyal fans flocked to the little boy's secondary channel. "Boss, what is going on? How could it be suddenly banned? It must be the work of those trolls." Many must have maliciously reported to the platform. Subsequently, a swarm of trolls invaded the chat. "Fool, wearing a mask to hide that ugly face of yours. Imbecile. If you dare to stream, we will report you. Everyone, come and witness this fool. Haha, that kid's streaming room has finally been shut down. Sweetheart Nini." Observing the words "little boy's streaming room has been closed" on her phone screen, felt a sense of relief. "Sister, spending 100,000 just to ban his channel seems a bit excessive," a male assistant remarked, somewhat sympathetically. "What do you know?" Sweetheart Nini shot him a glare. "I cannot let this go. I want that kid to understand the repercussions of offending me." Just then, a female assistant stood up and exclaimed, "Sister, little boy has created a secondary account and is streaming again." "What?" Sweetheart Nini rushed over, snatching the female assistant's phone. Indeed, she saw that the little boy's secondary channel was thriving with viewers. "Continue the bans. We shall shut down as many accounts as he has." Sweetheart Nini shouted fiercely. The male assistant, feeling helpless, contacted Zhou Guotian once more. "What? Another 100,000? 10,000 for each ban." Sweetheart Nini's ire ignited upon hearing Zhou Guotian's response. "Sister, let it go. We've already banned his main account," the male assistant suggested. "Not enough," Sweetheart Nini resolutely declared. "When you speak to him, do not be overly ambitious. A flat fee of 300,000 is required, and I demand that all of little boy's alternate accounts be banned by tonight." 300,000 has arrived. Zhou Guotian beamed at the notification on his phone, unable to contain his joy. For him, merely clicking a mouse to receive 400,000 was an unparalleled delight. When one accepts money, one must fulfill their obligations. Zhou Guotian moved his mouse and clicked to impose a ban. What is happening? Another account has been banned? It has scarcely been 5 minutes. In the live stream of Little Boy's Avatar 1, viewers watched the abruptly halted broadcast and began to speculate. But that was not the end. Within a minute, Little Boy's Avatar 2 went live. Yet, in under 30 seconds, it too was banned. Even a clay figure has its limits. Su Yang was infuriated. This was outrageous. His alternate accounts were being banned as soon as they went live. When did the platform's efficiency become so remarkable? Clearly, they were targeting him. Something was amiss. On the Douyin platform, with so many streamers broadcasting daily, how could the administrators possibly have the time to focus solely on him? When things deviate from the norm, there must be an underlying issue. Su Yang pondered a possibility. Someone had bribed an insider within the platform. Upon further reflection, this was not without merit. Chapter 14. Never offend a hacker. Having sabotaged the livelihoods of numerous female streamers, some of whom boasted millions of fans and undoubtedly maintained connections within the platform, Su Yang recognized the potential repercussions of his actions. With ample financial resources, it would be relatively simple to bribe 1 or 2 platform administrators. With this thought in mind, Su Yang no longer hesitated. His fingers flew across the keyboard as he sought to trace the IP address of the platform's back-end administrator. Before long, an IP address materialized before him, 112.30.23.01, Zhanghai City. This is it, Su Yang mused, a cold smirk playing on his lips as he initiated a scan of the IP address, revealing Windows 12 Home Edition. The scan confirmed that it was a personal computer. This was fortuitous. Suyong promptly accessed the CV 2024-30078 vulnerability exploit tool. Mere seconds later, he successfully infiltrated the target computer. Almost instantaneously, the screen of his laptop displayed the desktop of the other party. On the computer, QQ was open, and the chat history came into view. Zhou Guotian, boss. I've already helped you block him once. If I do it again, it could get tricky for me. Ouyang, brother Zhou, please do me a favor. How about you quote a price? 100,000 for the first time. Brother Zhou, let us make it a flat rate of 300,000. As long as little boy goes live tonight, you just block him. Deal. Goodness. Suyong couldn't help but scoff. Had I known, I could have pocketed that 300,000 myself instead of going offline. Ding. Notification, 300,000 yuan deposited. Zhou Guotian glanced at the notification on his phone, whistling with delight at his good fortune. This task was straightforward, merely blocking a few minor accounts. Moreover, he had no fear of backlash. After all, the backend had received numerous complaints against Little Boy. Zhou Guotian had also discovered that Little Boy's IP address originated from abroad, which constituted a violation. Blocking his live stream was both reasonable and justifiable. No one could contest it. At that moment, a video call link suddenly popped up. Before Zhou Guotian could react, the call connected automatically. A figure clad in a mask and hood appeared on the screen. Was it you who blocked my live stream? An electronically altered voice emanated from the computer. Zhou Guotian jumped, instantly recognizing the hacker Little Boy. Without a moment to ponder how the individual knew his identity, he hastily attempted to terminate the video call. However, his mouse seemed to have lost all control, refusing to move. Shut down the power, he thought, reaching for the button. For 100,000. What do you suppose would happen if I were to expose this chat record? The synthetic voice echoed again, dripping with mockery. Zhou Guotian was rendered speechless. Silent, are we? Then I shall assume your silence is acquiescence. This chat record will be sent to your company and another too. An electronically synthesized voice deliberately elongated its final tone. No. My apologies, I was wrong. Is that not enough? Zhou Guotian was utterly panicked and hurriedly pleaded for mercy. Oh, you acknowledge your mistake? Suyong chuckled. Then do enlighten me. In what regard have you erred? I should not have accepted money to seal your live stream. I should not have violated company regulations for the sake of profit. Zhou Guotian swiftly replied. Well, it is good that you understand. Suyong snorted coldly. I can grant you another opportunity. Speak. Who instructed you to seal my live stream? Sweetheart Nini. Zhou Guotian unhesitatingly betrayed Sweetheart Nini. Excellent. You ought to comprehend what to do next without my prompting. Suyong spoke icily. Understood. I will restore your live stream immediately. Zhou Guotian asserted. Now you are behaving. Suyong nodded in satisfaction and ended the video call. Zhou Guotian gazed at the darkened computer screen, his back drenched in cold sweat. Challenging me. Offending anyone is unwise, but especially a hacker. Suyong chuckled. Initially, his temper had flared, but upon reflection, Zhou Guotian was an insider. Keeping him around might prove advantageous in the future. Next in line was Sweetheart Nini. The previous night, while infiltrating Sweetheart Nini's phone, he had backed up all her data, including her WeChat. At this moment, he would employ the second vulnerability tool CV 2028-10058 that he had exchanged from the system marketplace, a flaw in instant messaging protocols that could bypass encryption algorithms of WeChat, QQ, MSN, and other chat applications, thereby accessing users' chat histories, contacts, and other private information. After a mere 10 seconds, he successfully breached Sweetheart Nini's WeChat and began duplicating her chat records. Sweetheart Nini's chat history spanned several gigabytes, requiring half an hour to copy. During this time, Suyong perused her chat logs, focusing on information pertinent to financial data. He surmised that a prominent influencer like Sweetheart Nini would likely engage in tax evasion. Indeed, he swiftly discovered a dozen Excel files: May income and expenditure report, April income and expenditure report, March income and expenditure report. The file names clearly indicated the financial data he sought. Suyong casually opened one file and found this crucial financial data was not password protected. Was it not a direct exposure? Half an hour later, all materials had been downloaded. Suyong initiated his live stream once again. This time, his main account had been unblocked. Brothers, I am back. Thank you for your patience. Suyong greeted his viewers with a smile. Unblocked. So quickly? I thought we would not see the host tonight. The big shot is indeed remarkable. Unblocking so effortlessly. That's incredible. Those hired commenters must be infuriated, right? Haha. 10 seconds remain until the arrival of the water army. 10, 9, 8. The viewers entering the live stream erupted in cheers upon seeing Su Yang resume his broadcast. A minor incident had occurred earlier, but I swiftly resolved it through an appeal. Su Yang offered a brief explanation without divulging excessive details. The audience remained oblivious to the truth, believing that Su Yang had genuinely succeeded in getting unbanned through his appeal. However, this was of little consequence. What mattered was that Su Yang had returned, and the liveliness of the stream was restored. What? He got unbanned again. Sweetheart Nini exclaimed in disbelief, her eyes widening as she turned sharply to her male assistant. I don't understand. Wasn't he banned? I spent 400,000. At that moment, Su Yang's voice, laced with a hint of mockery, resonated from the live stream. Sweetheart Grandma, I know you're watching. I also know you bribed the water army to maliciously report me. How did he know? Sweetheart Nini was taken aback, panic flashing in her eyes. Sweetheart Grandma, pay attention. I have something intriguing to show you. The live stream transitioned to reveal an Excel document. Sweetheart Nini's eyes widened. This was her financial report from Douyin. Does this look familiar? This is your financial flow on Douyin. Come, everyone, take a look at this Sweetheart Grandma, who earns millions each month, sometimes even tens of millions. Just imagine how much money she has deceived her fans out of. Su Yang's voice dripped with sarcasm. Let me ask you again, have you paid your taxes? Su Yang's gaze seemed to pierce through the screen, directly confronting Sweetheart Nini's conscience. I bet you haven't. In that case, I must act as the heavens dictate and submit this financial document to the relevant authorities. The live stream shifted once more, displaying a laptop. The screen prominently featured the tax authority's complaint page. Friends in the live stream, please take screenshots as evidence. Let us collectively report Sweetheart Nini. Wow. Report her. Report 1. Is that the 60-year-old grandma? This old hag has scammed so much money. She must be reported. Count me in for the report. In the live stream, thousands of viewers witnessed this scene, filled with righteous indignation. Sweetheart Nini was utterly panicked. She knew better than anyone whether she had paid her taxes. It was over. Everything was finished. Sweetheart Nini stumbled back, collapsing into her chair, her face ashen, as if she had lost her mother. Meanwhile, the female streamer, Sister Chi, was also keeping an eye on Su Yang. Is this really happening? Sister Chi gazed at the screen of Su Yang's live stream, uncertainty clouding her thoughts. How did Su Yang acquire Sweetheart Nini's financial report? Could it be? A terrifying possibility suddenly struck Sister Chi, leaving her pale with fear. If Su Yang could acquire Sweetheart Nini's financial statements, would he not also be able to obtain hers? Quickly, disconnect the internet. Shut down all the computers. Sister 7 frantically shouted to her 2 assistants in the room. Interestingly, there were many female streamers like Sister 7, who were in a state of panic. Su Yang's move served as a warning to others, and its effect was immediate. The trolls, who had been vociferously hurling insults in the live stream, vanished without a trace. Everyone retreated. The leader of the trolls, Yang Bo, shouted out. He too acted decisively. Having navigated the online world for many years, he had encountered all manner of situations. Yet he had never before faced a hacker as formidable as Su Yang. While they had 100 methods to ruin an ordinary streamer's reputation, against a hacker lurking in the shadows, their tactics seemed as childish as a game of make-believe, utterly ludicrous. It was better to avoid confrontation. One should never provoke a hacker. Su Yang gazed at the now empty live chat, a smirk playing on his lips. A bunch of fools. Am I to fear you trolls? Not only had the trolls disappeared, but the back-end attacks on his server had also dwindled to just a handful. Most had retreated. Checking the time, Su Yang noted it was already 3 in the morning. Brothers, it's getting late. I appreciate everyone's support. Today's live stream concludes here. We shall continue tomorrow. After bidding farewell to his viewers, Su Yang closed the live stream. This session had garnered him 1.3 million points. In high spirits, he hummed a tune as he headed off for a shower. Chapter 15. I have become a millionaire internet celebrity on the following day at 10 in the morning. Su Yang awoke and promptly checked his system points. To his delight, he had amassed 2 million points. In high spirits, he decided to spend 100,000 points to exchange for a super virus package. This package contained thousands of various viruses, which he intended to use to set traps. Su Yang logged into a compromised machine and began to craft his traps, transforming it into a den of gambling. Anyone who ventured inside would inevitably fall into his venomous snare. The consequences could range from a mere system crash to the complete annihilation of all files and data on the computer. Meanwhile, in the mountain city, Gao Ming stared at his computer screen, slumped against the back of his chair, his face etched with fatigue. The previous night, he had attempted to decrypt a control program he had copied from Su Yang's compromised machine. After a night of relentless effort, he faced failure. Such setbacks were expected. Unbeknownst to Gao Ming, the encryption algorithm employed by Su Yang was derived from the biological DNA encryption available in the system marketplace. The complexity of this encryption far exceeded his imagination. To decipher such an algorithm required not only exceptional skill, but also immense computational power, at least the caliber of a supercomputer like the Tiana 2. With a snap of his fingers, Su Yang completed the setup of his traps. Now, all that remained was to wait for his prey to take the bait. He logged back into the compromised machine, patiently awaiting the appearance of his targets. Suddenly, a piercing alarm blared from Gao Ming's computer. He jolted to attention, recognizing that little boy had gone online. Almost simultaneously, another alarm rang out, rousing Lu Xiong, who had been dozing at his computer desk. Lu Xiong quickly sat up, alert and ready. Little boy had indeed come online. With a flurry of activity, Lu Xiong successfully breached the first compromised machine within 10 minutes. He swiftly moved on to the second, then the third. But then the alarms blared once more. A sense of dread washed over Lu Xiong as he realized he had fallen into a trap. The third compromised machine was laden with hidden dangers. Countless virus programs surged into Lu Xiong's computer like a tidal wave. Damn it, so many viruses, he exclaimed, frantically hammering the keyboard in a desperate attempt to stave off the invasion. However, it was far too late. The virus programs swiftly overran his system. Cursed be, Lu Xiong lamented, and in the next moment, his computer screen transformed into a sea of blue. In contrast, Gao Ming's skills surpassed Lu Xiong's by a margin. He had timely recognized the trap set by Su Yang and took measures to counter them. However, the sheer volume of viruses was overwhelming. Too much for the firewall to withstand against such a ferocious onslaught. What a disaster, Gao Ming yelled. His computer screen succumbed to a blue hue, leaving him in disbelief as he faced defeat in this round of confrontation. However, Gao Ming swiftly adjusted his mindset. Indeed, the opponent was formidable. Haha, Su Yang, gazing at the screen, could not help but burst into hearty laughter. Moments after logging in, he was besieged by an onslaught of attacks from 2 or 3 dozen IP addresses. Now, like a receding tide, these hostile signals vanished without a trace. The world had finally regained its tranquility. Rising, Su Yang hummed a tune as he poured himself a glass of milk. Returning to his computer, he leisurely sipped his milk while perusing the system's marketplace, exploring an array of vulnerability tools. For a top-tier hacker, nothing captivates quite like vulnerabilities. The sharpest weapons in their arsenal. Without hesitation, Su Yang expended 1.2 million points to exchange for 2 5-star vulnerabilities. Each 5-star vulnerability was valued at 600,000 points. A steep increase compared to the 4-star vulnerabilities he had previously exchanged for 300,000 points. This was not the pinnacle. The system's marketplace also offered even higher-tier superviruses, each priced at a staggering 5 million points. Indeed, you read that correctly, 5 million points. Superviruses are hardware-level destructive weapons capable of inflicting catastrophic damage on electronic hardware. Truly formidable armaments. The 2 5-star vulnerabilities Su Yang acquired included CV 2030-10088, targeting the Windows system, and CV 2028-44066, aimed at the Linux system. It is widely acknowledged that global computer operating systems primarily divide into 2 factions: Microsoft's Windows system, which dominates the personal computer market, and the open-source Linux system, which holds absolute sway in the server market. With these 2 5-star vulnerabilities, the doors to the world's computers swung wide open for Su Yang, allowing him unrestricted access. He retained 700,000 points for future use. Time passed swiftly, and soon it was noon. Just as Su Yang was preparing to step out for a meal, his phone rang. It was his roommate Gao Ming inviting him to join for a gathering. All right, I'll be there shortly. Su Yang hung up and, while making his way outside, searched for news about sweetheart Nini. After so many netizens reported her last night, he wondered what the current situation was. He found it. Scrolling through the trending topics, he saw famous female streamer sweetheart Nini suspected of tax evasion, reported by netizens. A smirk of derision crept onto Su Yang's lips. Being trending meant the matter was practically settled. Sweetheart Nini, this is the consequence of crossing a hacker. After the gathering, Su-young returned to his rental, seeking to catch up on sleep. It was the weekend, and he had no classes to attend. For a junior, the coursework was trivial. Whether he attended or not made little difference. Occasionally, he would show up just to mark his presence. He slept soundly until 6 in the evening. Upon awakening, Su-young prepared a modest meal. The clock struck 7. He sat down at his computer, logging into the Douyin backend. Followers, 900,000. Just a smidge away from the million mark. The brother has also become a sensation online, he chuckled. Not in a hurry to commence the livestream. He chose to first observe the cyber landscape for any new threats. After a few minutes, the network remained tranquil, devoid of any disturbances. It seemed that they had learned their lesson from the morning's encounter and had retreated. He mused to himself. Indeed, the traps he had set earlier had ensnared several hackers quite effectively. Donning a mask and hood, he initiated the livestream. The prominent figure has begun broadcasting. Haha. I've claimed the first spot on the couch. Front row snacks and bottled water, eagerly awaiting the unfolding drama. The female streamers trembled in anticipation. Here they come. The live stream was exceptionally vibrant, with thousands of viewers flocking in as soon as it started. Scanning the room, he noticed the absence of any trolling bots. Only a few dissenters. The lack of bots was somewhat disappointing. He had hoped for their presence, as they would have attracted considerable attention. My friends, tonight we shall continue our connections with the female streamers. If you wish to see a particular streamer, simply type her name in the chat. Kikiyu, 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 Big Boss. I want to see Kikiyu. The chat exploded with numerous comments tagging a female streamer named Kikiyu. Chapter 16. Infiltrating the Ex-Girlfriend's Wedding, Part 1. Su-young searched for Chichiyu and entered her streaming room. Chichiyu is a fitness streamer with an alluring figure, clad in form-fitting yoga pants. The next moment, a connection request popped up in her live stream. Chichiyu accepted the request. Upon recognizing her interlocutor, masked and cloaked, her pupils dilated in shock. You are that hacker, little boy. Oh, you know me? Su-young retorted. You truly are little boy? Chichiyu exclaimed, her astonishment palpable. Then, unexpectedly, she clasped her hands in a pleading gesture, her expression one of desperation. Oh, great one. Please spare me. But that wasn't all. Following this, Chichiyu showered him with gifts, several planes worth over $1,000. What? Su-young scratched his head. This isn't how the script goes. Nevertheless, he accepted the gifts. On to the next. Su-young connected with another streamer. Curiously, several female streamers recognized him instantly upon seeing his face, leading to a sequence of flattering pleas for mercy and generous gifting. Swish, swish, swish. Streamer Xiao, you gifted you a carnival. Streamer Xiao, you gifted you a carnival. Streamer Xiao, you gifted you a carnival. A dance streamer named Xiao Yu had sent 3 carnivals in quick succession. Have I stumbled upon a new avenue for wealth? Su-young chuckled, feigning confusion. Brothers, why is it that every female streamer I connect with recognizes me immediately? How am I so well known all of a sudden? Haha, great one. Your heroic deeds have spread far and wide across Douyin. Now, in the entire streaming sphere, especially among female streamers, the mere mention of little boy sends shivers down their spines. Female streamer, please, don't come near. They were clearly intimidated. The online audience teased him, and Su-young's smile broadened. His delight stemmed not solely from the gifts, but also from the rapid accumulation of points. He had already gained 100,000 points. What a thrill, he thought, continuing to connect with more female streamers. As time passed, the clock struck 10 in the evening. The streaming room was abuzz with excitement, boasting 80,000 viewers. For those interested in learning hacking techniques, you might start with C programming. Su-young addressed the viewers. No sooner had he spoken than another connection request appeared. Su-young clicked to accept. A young man, perhaps in his mid-20s, donned in a plaid shirt, appeared on screen, his expression somewhat anxious. Great one. Have I truly connected with you? The young man exclaimed, his tone brimming with excitement. Are you a streamer? Su-young inquired. The backdrop behind the young man revealed a modest rental room. I am not a streamer. I watched your live broadcast yesterday and am one of your fans. The young man explained. Oh, how should I address you? My surname is Li, so you may call me Xiaoli. Xiaoli, what is your connection? Xiaoli seemed a bit hesitant, but after a moment's contemplation, he resolutely declared, Esteemed one, I wish to seek your assistance in exposing someone. Expose whom? My ex-girlfriend. Xiaoli replied. She is getting married tomorrow, and I possess incriminating evidence against her. I wish to infiltrate the wedding venue's large screen and unveil her true nature. Oh, this sounds intriguing. Exposing an ex-girlfriend? This tale seems rather significant. My friend, do share the details. What transpired? The viewers in the live stream instantly grew curious and began to rally. Su Yang, too, was piqued by Xiao Li's words and inquired, "What happened between you and your ex-girlfriend?" "We parted ways 6 months ago, and only a couple of days ago did I learn of her impending marriage." Xiao Li inhaled deeply, a hint of bitterness lacing his tone. "Since you have already separated, what is it that you cannot let go?" Su Yang questioned. "I had no intention of acting this way. It was only recently that I discovered she was simultaneously involved with 2 other men while she was with me." Xiao Li's emotions surged. "She treated me like a fool. I cannot swallow this indignation. Brother, I can empathize with your feelings, yet the past is behind us." Su Yang attempted to console Xiao Li. "Esteemed one, allow me to finish," Xiao Li interrupted. "My fury is not solely due to her infidelity, but also because she swindled me out of a considerable amount of money." "She deceived you for money?" "Indeed. Over the course of our 2-year relationship, I spent nearly 200,000 on her." "Such a sum?" Su Yang was taken aback. Xiao Li nodded, his voice laced with indignation. "This does not even account for the fact that I later contacted those 2 men, who were also duped of substantial amounts. One lost over 100,000, while the other was swindled out of more than 300,000. Altogether, we are speaking of at least 500 to 600,000. Goodness, this woman is truly ruthless. A quintessential gold digger. My friend, you have certainly encountered a most unworthy individual." The viewers in the live stream were incensed upon hearing Xiao Li's ordeal. "The incriminating evidence you mentioned, is it merely the transaction records?" Su Yang inquired. "Additionally, there are chat records," Xiao Li added. "Do you possess any more direct evidence?" "None." Xiao Li shook his head. "But I can assure you that everything I say is true. She is a swindler of both finances and emotions. I must expose her true character and prevent her from harming others." After grasping the essence of the situation, Su Yang pondered for a moment and said, "Your intention to expose her at the wedding is commendable, yet with only chat and transaction records, it may not suffice. She could easily deny it and claim you forged the documents. What then? Do you have any other means of contacting her? Perhaps QQ or WeChat?" "Only WeChat. But she has blocked me." "No matter, I can assist you in recovering that," Su Yang confidently replied. For Su Yang, recovering WeChat chat records that had been blocked was not a daunting task. He had previously assisted classmates with similar matters, navigating the process with ease. "Xiao Li, open a website on your phone. The URL is www. Just click on any image on the site," Su Yang instructed. "Oh, all right," Xiao Li replied, picking up his phone and following Su Yang's directions. "Brothers in the live stream, please refrain from clicking on this website, as the images harbor a Trojan program." Su Yang cautioned the camera. "I need to implant the Trojan on Xiao Li's phone before I can remotely control it." He paused before adding, "Rest assured, Xiao Li, the Trojan will automatically delete itself and will not affect you. Boss, I trust you. Otherwise, I wouldn't have sought your assistance," Xiao Li said nonchalantly as he opened the website as instructed. The site appeared quite ordinary, resembling a typical movie streaming platform. Chapter 17. Infiltrating the Wedding of an Ex-Girlfriend, Part 2. Little Li casually clicked on an image on the website. And then, well, just as Little Li's words faded, his eyes widened in astonishment. "Wow, this is incredible." His phone spontaneously opened WeChat. Is this what hacking looks like? He had only heard of such feats in films and online, and now he was witnessing it firsthand. "Which one is your ex-girlfriend?" "Click on her avatar," Su Yang inquired. Little Li snapped back to reality, locating Wanwan's WeChat in his contacts and tapping on it. Wanwan was his ex-girlfriend who was about to marry. The chat history page popped up with the last message dated a week ago, after which he had been blocked. Su Yang's fingers danced rapidly over the keyboard, lines of code cascading down like a waterfall. Minutes later, a miraculous scene unfolded. Little Li was astonished to discover that he had been unblocked by his ex-girlfriend. "Wow, you are absolutely amazing." Little Li couldn't help but exclaim. "What is going on? What just happened? Can we live stream this? Let us witness it." The viewers could only see Little Li's changing expressions, unable to glimpse his phone screen. "Little Li, open your phone's photo gallery. There should be an additional image of a red envelope. Send this image to your ex-girlfriend along with the message, wishing you a happy marriage," Su Yang instructed. "All right." Little Li nodded, opened his photo gallery, and indeed found an image of a red envelope. Although slightly puzzled, He followed Su Yong's advice and sent the image to Wanwan. Why send such an image? Little Lee curiously asked. This is a perfect opportunity to educate everyone on cybersecurity, Su Yong chuckled, explaining, this image is not ordinary. It can